Hello, this is Chris Griffith from The Australian. And of course, last Friday was Microsoft's big event, their launch of Windows 8. And with it, a whole heap of devices are about to flood the market here in Australia. We have here two of them, and they're new Windows 8 touch-sensitive devices. We've got here a proper Ultrabook, a notebook, which is the Acer Aspire S7. And we've got an Asus tablet, which comes with a keyboard. It looks a little bit like a laptop, but in fact, it's a totally different device. Now, when Microsoft released Windows on Friday, it released two completely different versions of it, and we thought we should explain this because it's become very confusing to consumers generally. This laptop here is running normal Windows 8. So this is the full-blown operating system. It has these Metro apps, as they're known, these little square live tiles, as they're called, which actually bring up apps of one form or another. Over here, we have a totally different operating system. This is called Windows RT, and it uses a different processor. RT devices use the ARM processors that we see in mobile devices rather than the Intel processors that we're used to in our computers and laptops. The big difference is this: whereas normal programs that run on your PC you can install on a full-blown Windows installation like this, on here you can't. You can't install any of the programs that you may have already running on your PC or laptop. You've got to use only the applications that are available in the Windows Store. Now, that was the important thing to say. So if you buy an RT device like this, you're going to be limited to the applications in the Windows Store. As for this tablet, well, it was really interesting experience reviewing it. I've reviewed it for The Australian this year. If you look here, we have the normal Metro interface that we're getting used to. Now, it's a pretty classy device. It's fairly expensive. You'll be paying something like $17.99 to $19.99 for it, depending on the model you get. It has a touchscreen, and we're going to be seeing touchscreens all the time on new notebooks with Windows. You can use the keyboard, you can use the trackpad, you can use a normal mouse, or you can just touch on an app like this and open it. And of course, I can use gestures on the screen as well. I can flick here back on the start screen. If I want to move between apps, again, I can use my finger and then bring up the my email application. I got used to, after a while, using a combination of the keyboard and the mouse and the touch screen as well to actually in this case, bring up different emails. I found using the touchscreen quite natural, in fact. As for the Acer itself, the screen is really good. It's very responsive, very fast. It doesn't leave a lot of finger marks behind. Of course, touchscreens are inevitably going to leave finger marks behind to some extent, but no more than, say, you would experience on an iPad. Other features, it's got a really tough top here. It's got Gorilla Glass on the top of the laptop as well as on the screen. The only thing I really didn't like about it was the keyboard. There's not much spring in this keyboard, not much feedback, so it feels a bit like typing on a piece of wood. As for the trackpad, I've got a theory, and I think lots of people might agree with this, that because of touchscreens, trackpads are probably going to become a little bit redundant over time. But anyway, that's our first play with the new Windows 8 Metro system on a touch device. I thought it was really interesting. It's a little different. There's a big learning curve, but over the time I've had this device, I've found it to be very productive. This is Chris Griffith from The Australian.